The Partnership Initiative for Sustainable Land Management (PISLM) for Caribbean Small Island Developing States, an intergovernmental convening mechanism for Caribbean Small Island Developing States, established by the Forum of Ministers of Environment for Latin America and the Caribbean, has been doing its part to harmonize policies, provide innovative solutions, and capacity building in collaboration with the Caribbean Small Island Developing States, meeting their obligations on sustainable land management and soil health. Since the establishment of the organization, it has been working with member states to update and strengthen national and regional soil information systems and technical capacities as a basis for evidence based decision making for sustainable soil management and sustainable land management. Several projects in individual countries have been completed under the PISLM CSID Soil Care Phase 1 project. In Antigua and Barbuda, a team of 15 persons consisting of PISLM and Ministry of Agriculture technicians collected about 120 soil samples. The PISLM also partnered with the government to offer a farmer to farmer training initiative that was developed by the Global Soil Partnership (GSP). The program provided farmers with educational materials to learn about sustainable soil management (SSM). PISLM also hosted the High Nature Value Index (HNVI) and Climate Smart Agriculture Compliance Training of Trainers program workshop for staff of the Ministry of Agriculture. In Barbados, as part of the participatory strategies for rehabilitation, restoration, and intervention by the organization, hot and bright spots identified in the land degradation assessment were visited by the regional land and climate smart agriculture experts as the country underwent the National Soil Survey. Two officers participated in the HNVI CSAC training and four in the database design training. Labs in Barbados were assessed, and the National Soil Survey analysis was completed. Seven sites were assessed in Barbados for intervention activities. In Grenada, the Partnership Initiative for Sustainable Land Management (PISLM) trained extension officers and conducted a successful soil sampling survey. Over 100 soil samples were collected from the mainland Grenada and Carriacou and shipped to the University of the West Indies for the development of digital soil maps. The Carriacou Integrated Landscape Management Project was also launched and will support the improvement of soil and land management on the sister isle in keeping with Grenada's 2030 Voluntary Land Degradation Neutrality or LDN targets. The Partnership Initiative for Sustainable Land Management also supported and improved the capacity of the Produce Chemist Lab, increasing the soil testing capabilities. The country is expected to have digital soil maps soon that multiple stakeholders can use. Grenada also held in country training for extension and other technical staff, assisting them to use the HNVI CSAC tool. For St. Lucia, the CSID Soil Care Team and Partnership Initiative for Sustainable Land Management engaged officers and technical staff to collect soil samples, which were then shipped off to the University of the West Indies and will be used to develop a digital soil map for the country. Three intervention sites were assessed, and the samples were sent to be analyzed by UE. A total of three intervention sites were assessed. In Jamaica, Jamaica has assessed the three intervention sites, and samples were taken and analyzed at the National Soils Laboratory in Jamaica. Jamaica has assessed the three intervention sites, and soil samples were taken as part of the National Soil Survey and analyzed at the National Soil Laboratory in Jamaica, then shipped to the University of the West Indies. The National Reference Lab was assessed and equipment is being prepared to be shipped to the lab. Four officers from Jamaica participated in the PISLM database management training. For Belize, the project partnered with the Ministry of Natural Resources, Petroleum and Mining, and other valuable stakeholders for the National Soil Survey. Over 350 soil samples were collected and shipped to the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine. The results will be used to update the national soil information and data as a basis for strengthening land degradation neutrality and sustainable land management, along with soil management practices. 4 officers participated in training in database design for national soil sampling. The Belize National Land Policy is currently being reviewed to include the land degradation neutrality targets that have been set to be achieved by 2030. For Guyana, they held in country training for extension and other technical staff from all participating countries in the HNVI CSAC tool. Also, assessments of 3 intervention sites and completion of the National Soil Sampling Design for the organization of the National Soil Sampling Survey is to be undertaken. Assessment of the laboratory for supply of lab equipment was also completed. A total of 4 officers from Guyana participated in training in database design for national soil mapping. For Haiti, soil sampling was completed for 2 intervention sites, and preparation of the soil samples for shipment to the University of the West Indies was completed. Assessment of the laboratory for supply of lab equipment to support ongoing field sampling was completed. 6 officers participated in training in database design for national soil mapping. 2 officers participated in the HNVI CSAC training in Guyana. In our efforts at the Partnership Initiative for Sustainable Land Management to further support capacity building, the terms of reference for the CSID Soil Care Scholarship Program was developed and the initiative was launched in May 2023. Over 20 applications were received, 7 applicants were shortlisted, and 5 scholarships were awarded to recipients from Guyana, Barbados, Grenada, St. Lucia, and Belize. The project, in collaboration with the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, Trinidad, has also established the RACNAT facility on 25 acres that have been leased from UWI, and research work on priority crops from the project countries has commenced. The RACNAT facility has also begun research work in aquaculture using the bioflux method for shrimp production. As the project continues to mainstream sustainable land and sustainable soil management, it will continue to strengthen knowledge management by enhancing training and capacity development, improving the implementation of sustainable soil management as it seeks to further harmonize policies, provide innovative solutions, and capacity building in collaboration with Caribbean small island developing states, meeting their obligations on sustainable land management and soil health. Countries are expected to begin using necessary tools for adopting policies, measures, and best practices that will support the review of legal and institutional frameworks that will advance the achievement of their land degradation neutrality targets.